What separates a good retirement from a bad retirement? The best part of my job is getting to hear a lot of great stories from my clients. But not everyone who retires is happy and fulfilled. So over the years, I've started noticing some of the reasons for this difference, like having a hobby and minimizing TV time. But I couldn't quite articulate what separates those that thrive or struggle in a way that makes sense for everybody. But I figured it out, and it's a lesson that I learned last year on our most difficult vacation. My special lady has always wanted to visit the Amalfi Coast in Italy, and I was really excited about it too, so we decided to make it a reality. And to make this trip even more special, we planned it around a little-known but amazing event. As part of the Ravello Music Festival, there's a sunrise concert that's staged on a cliff overlooking the Tyrrhenian Sea. The concert is held at dawn, so you have this beautiful music emanating from an orchestra suspended between the heavens and the sea, while the sun rises and the birds are chirping. We could not wait to go. But hotels on the Amalfi Coast sell out notoriously fast. We needed to book our hotels and flights long before the concert tickets went on sale. But in true Italian fashion, there was no announcement of when the tickets would go on sale. So we kept the concert website open in a browser tab on our tablets so we could pounce when they finally did go on sale. And then one day, my girlfriend opens her tablet and sees sold out. They were gone in seconds. We talked about canceling our trip. But my special lady, well, let's just say that she can be determined and resourceful. Through her research on the concert, she knew that there was a travel company that buys a block of tickets every year to sell as part of a package. So she hounded them. We just need 2 tickets, and it's just going to be me and Patrick. And finally, they relented, and we had our tickets. By the way, I'm starting a new online club to help retirees have awesome adventures. If you're interested, there's a link in the show notes below. When it was finally time to make the trip, we flew off to Naples with a layover in Amsterdam. Unfortunately, this was during a time that the Amsterdam airport was having a few, let's call them, operational challenges. We missed our connection. They finally put us on another flight with another layover in Rome. We'd arrive in Naples a little bit later than we expected, but we'd still be able to make the morning ferry to our first stop in Capri. Of course, we were assured that our luggage would be waiting for us in Naples when we finally arrived. And a little after midnight, once we finally filled out our lost luggage claims at the airport, we took a cab to the hotel. But we had no clothes other than what we'd been wearing for coming up on 2 days now. But we did notice that there was a Zara clothing store near the hotel, and we walked in the moment they opened. But we couldn't just take our time shopping. Our ferry to Capri was leaving in an hour, which left us around 30 minutes to try and pull together a makeshift vacation wardrobe. It felt like we'd been thrown into some bizarre game show. After figuring out the sizes, I threw a few staples in the shopping bag, along with something that I desperately needed: underwear. After looking at all the skinny Italians, I went with the double XLs. They were still half a size too small. We made our purchases and ran to the ferry just in time. Oh, and our bags did finally catch up with us in Capri 3 days later, just before we needed to get on the next ferry to get to Ravello. The morning of the concert arrived, and at 4:30 a.m. Central European time, we woke up, got dressed, and sat down in our front row seats for one of the most breathtaking musical events on earth. So how does this help you have a good retirement? What did I learn from this vacation that was so incredible despite so much that went wrong? Well, if you take all the things that we experienced and put them together, taking a risk to try something new, willingness to be resourceful along the way, getting out of our comfort zone, overcoming obstacles, making memories, and returning home. What you have is an adventure. And that is what is common among the people who I see who are thriving in retirement and in life in general. They have adventures. So am I saying that you need to take a once-in-a-lifetime vacation every 2 months? Of course not. While we typically think of an adventure as some sort of experience that's bold and sometimes even risky, in the context of living a good life, an adventure is any sort of activity where we risk something, but also have an opportunity to grow and experience something new. I'm not talking about base jumping or paragliding. We can watch Tom Cruise do that from the couch. An adventure, in the way that I see it, could be something as small as trying Thai food for the first time. Or it could be something as bold as quitting your job to start your own company. You could have a literal adventure like hiking the Appalachian Trail, Or you could have a sublime emotional one, like telling that special person how you really feel about them. You make yourself the hero in your own movie. You're like Marty McFly, going back in time, saving the day, and returning home. Or Frodo, destroying the ring and coming home to the Shire. Or Carl and Russell, floating to South America and eventually getting back home safely. Adventures make great stories. And after all, isn't an amazing life simply a string of adventures that comes together to tell your story? But this is a recipe for an amazing retirement. A life where we never stop growing and learning. And growth is the key to this. Too often we think of retirement as a time where we check out and our stress just goes away. But too much comfort makes us stagnant. We get bored. And that's where so many people struggle with living a bad retirement. I see retirement as one of the many adventures that we'll experience over the course of a rich life. It certainly fits my definition of an adventure. And it's not without risk. Many things way beyond our control could happen. A global recession, a great financial crisis, a global pandemic. I can just about guarantee that something will go wrong at some point. But remember, you're more resilient than you think. Retirement is a big step, but ideally, from there on out, you'll be able to bankroll all your adventures for the rest of your life. Financial planning software politely refers to our death as the end of our plan. The question for us is, how will we spend our time between now and then? We have a choice to make with our lives. Personally, I want mine to be one hell of an adventure. And it's my mission to help you afford your adventures too. If you're about to retire and don't really know what to expect, then check out this next video where I go over a few lessons for your first year. Now, if you thought our Italy trip was good, let me tell you about the last-minute trip I took to Africa.